Listen to this, please. I gave this man 10,000 gold coins because he said he knew who would win the Sand National. He said he had a system. But not only did his system fail to predict the winner, it failed even to select the horseman who was taking part. It is unforgivable. If he does not return our money, we're going to take him to the middle of the Celestial Sands and leave him there. Wait, stop. This is a plot, a conspiracy. You seek to besmirch her name, but I've done nothing wrong. FaZe was destined to win the race. That is a fact. Now people who are frightened of my predicted powers are trying to silence me. Everyone likes Sylvando because he's so handsome and fast. But even though he could not win the race, I still like my father the best. What is more, I'm certain that he will perform far better in the forthcoming Silver Cup. That trophy will be gracing our mantelpiece before long. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, I was looking for the knight that was just next to me. Do. Picking up horse poo is what I do. You watched the race, yes? Then you saw my darlings running like the wind. I was so proud of them. All eyes were on Prince Faris, though it would seem that it is Sylvando who is everyone talking now. Such a cruel twist of fate. Not only was I unable to compete in my beloved Sand National, but my replacement rode off with all my glory too. What? I won! What? No, I won! After FaZe withdrew at the last minute, we were all in a panic about what to do. Thank the sands that Sylvando agreed to step in and take his place. I must admit that I did not expect him to be such a proficient rider. I'm certain he could become a knight if he so desired. My Sand National was something of a failure. I was simply no match for Sylvando. He rides as well as the best of desert knights, if not better. I must train harder if I'm to compete with him. I don't get it. I won. Did the game hold on. What? Is this what it would say even with the winning? Like it just assumed you lose or what? Or is it because I just played it and lost, and the game is still thinking that I lost, even though I loaded the save where I won? You've been in there this whole time? Well, no matter. The prince rode beautifully. The Sultan must have been impressed. He summoned his beloved son to the throne room immediately after the race. It is a shame that you missed it, but you must not concern yourself unduly. Another exciting event will begin soon enough. I wonder if we might have another glimpse of Sylvando's talent this forthcoming Silver Cup. That'd be quite something. Of course, he will have to emerge victorious in the Bronze Cup first. That goes for all potential entrants, yourself included. The racetrack is this way. Everyone is still talking about the Sand National, of course, but ordinary races are still being held. The event taking place at the moment is the Silver Cup, the next stage for all the riders who have proven their worth in the Bronze Cup. You should try and catch a glimpse of the action if you're interested. Welcome to racetrack of Gallopolis. Oh, yeah. Where fortunes are made and dreams come true. The Sand National is over now, but there are always other races taking place. They may not have quite the same glamour and intensity, but they're exhilarating nonetheless. The dust is barely settled for the Sand National, and the next events are already underway. We Gallopolitans do love our racing, it's true. Ah, Tran, I had been wondering when you would visit us again. As you won the Bronze Cup, you are now able to take part in the Silver Cup. I'm sure that you cannot wait to test your skills once more. I can get the Gallopolitan Guard? Yeah. Yes! Yes, I'm doing this one. Prepare to eat my dust. Huh. Okay. 1, 2. Alright, there was 2 of those on the left. Alright, none of them on the right, but it is a shortcut. Congratulations, friend. You are magnificent. You handled your steed exquisitely. Where is it? There it is. Awesome! How does it even rate to my gear? It actually is better than my gear, isn't it? Yeah. Nice! Shouldn't have any problems with it, but I'm gonna save anyways, and then we'll race. That dude on my right from... Yeah, that dude on my right is from, Heliodor. Because that's a double-headed eagle-lion thingy. The assassin. Tight turn trotter, awarded for an impressive performance in the Silver Cup at the racetrack in Gallopolis. Let's see here. Info, maybe? Accolades earned. Is there one for... Hold on. It doesn't show me which ones. Alright, I'll take a look. So my best time is better than the Champions Challenge, so that might be why you got that. So maybe I need to do that for the others? Well, my best time is like a minute on that. Alright, well let me save and let's try again. My armor is better than yours! So I guess what I'm gonna do is get the beat the Champions Challenge on every one of them. Is that what I gotta do? Now that I've got a handle on the racing, it should be pretty simple. I just get better every time I run the same map, too. That dude just shoved me. Awarded for an impressive performance in the Bronze Cup at the racetrack in Gallopolis. Let's see here, so difficult is 108. It's the same for the easy, so as long as I'm below 108, I'm good. Alright, so I got the accolades right there. Let's try the easy one. I don't think it's gonna make a difference, but let's get the easy records too. Okay, I've got the champion's time and everything. Oh yeah, let's also take a look at this assassin item. Whoops, not what I meant to do. Clairvoyance card imbued with power to increase critical hit chance. Okay. Alright, well I gotta save for right now, but then we'll come back later and talk to everybody in the village. Alright, so yes, the save does work, because this guy says that Prince Faris won, so I didn't really know what to think about it, but I was going to continue as was. Prince Faris' victory in the Sand National is proof that I am a racing expert. Vindication at last, baha! I knew I would be rewarded for having faith in my future Sultan. That is what a knight must do, after all. Phases late withdrawal through this year's Sand National into chaos and lost me a great deal of money. However, I must confess that Sylvando seemed every inch of the night to me. Is he really just a circus performer? The Sand National was wonderful, was it not? I could not believe the way Sylvando rode. And even without even any time to prepare. You know, let's go ahead and put on Just so I don't clang everywhere down. My grandson was so very happy when he saw Sylvando racing in the Sand National. Most of us were surprised to see him take the track, but not my little darling. Ever since he saw the man perform at the circus, he has been convinced he is capable of anything. There is something unique about the way Prince Faris rode. Of course, he has an air of royalty, but there was also something in his style that was not of this kingdom. I mean that in the best possible way, of course. I now feel more certain than ever that our future is safe in his hands. Well, did you see it? Did you see the Sand National? Oh, it was wonderful, was it not? My heart was in my mouth during that final dash, and the atmosphere in the stands, incredible. Honestly, I do not think we'll ever see the like again. Truly, it was a race that will go down in history. You did not? Then truly you missed a great spectacle. I doubt we will see a race like it ever again. I assume I already smashed these. Did you see him? Did you see Prince Faris out on the track? Oh, I cannot get that vision of perfection out of my mind. What? You claimed that it was not Prince Faris? That it was in fact you? Then I must have misheard you. My apologies. Ha! The very thought that I would fail to recognize my beloved prince. There's no doubt about it. Prince Faris looked right at me. Me! When he rode out into the paddock, he gazed at me with longing. Oh, my prince. Ha! Such a truly ridiculous thing to say. The very thought that I would fail to recognize my beloved prince. My husband rode in the Sand National this year. Of course he did not win. But now he's more determined than ever to do better next time. He has begun training again already. I think it would be better for him to rest a little. This year's Sand National is something truly special. I doubt if Gallopolis has ever seen anything to compare. And the best part is that we now know for certain that our exalted Sultan has a worthy heir. Prince Faris was wonderful out there, simply wonderful. Prince Faris pulled quite a performance out of the bag there, didn't he? I won't be forgetting that in a hurry. Makes me glad I traipsed all the way out here, actually. Is it better if I pan the camera during dialogue? Probably not. It looks more cinematic, but it's probably more distracting for people trying to follow along the text. Okay, don't point a... What? Don't point a cannon at yourself in your own store. Oh me, oh my, just look at you. What a handsome fellow you are. Oh, we already read this one. The Sand National was so crowded, I got caught up in the crush and I missed the race. Now I'm catching pelters for it. Honestly, nothing's gone right for me since coming here. It never rains but it pours, eh? Especially in the desert. This fool managed to miss the Sand National even though he had a ticket. He says the stands were too crowded and he couldn't see anything. Honestly, why do I bother with idiots like this when there are men like Prince Faris out in the world? Lady, you're really mean to him. The Sand National may be over, but the circus is still attracting visitors from all over the world. There is no rest for a Gallopolitan hotelier. I was wondering where Sylvan got to, and then I heard he was riding in the Sand National. What a shock I was. I always knew he was a pretty decent horseman, but to do that in one of the world's biggest races? He's incredible! This year's Sand National was truly incredible, and full of surprises. No one thought the man from the circus would be such a capable horseman. But Prince Faris was just as wonderful as expected. Better even. No doubt he'll be a fixture on the winner's podium for years to come. All anyone can talk about is the Sand National. Prince Faris' performance seems to have made quite the impression. Prince Faris really is just as amazing as everyone says. It was well worth coming all this way to see him in action. He was wearing a helmet during the race, of course, but I saw his face in the paddock afterwards. He's beautiful. This year's Sand National was really something special. I bet they'll be talking about it for generations to come. We'd better raise our game at the circus if we're to have a hope of competing with it next year. I was certain that Faris would emerge victorious this year, but no, he did not even take part. Curse my luck! Did you see it? Did you see the Sen National? Or should I say, the Sylvan National? It was incredible, he rode like the wind! Unfortunately, by the time I found out he was racing, all the best seats had been taken, and I could barely see a thing, just my luck. So Syl's not just an incredible circus artist, but he's also an amazing horseman? It just goes to show, these big stars aren't like the rest of us. That's Sylvando, he rides like the wind, no? There is no one in Puerto Veloa who can ride quite like that, but perhaps if I train hard. What a surprise! When we saw Sylvando perform at the circus, I had no idea he was going to ride in the Sand National, let alone ride so well. Unfortunately, this means that my boy is even more determined than ever to emulate him. That man is all he ever talks about. I saw him! I saw the great Sylvando perform! He threw knives and breathed fire, and it was truly wonderful! Then he even rode in the Sand National! He was incredible! The Sand National was a bit of a surprise for us all. We knew that Syl was an amazing performer, but we had no idea he could ride like that. Syl just up and left a while ago. Said there was something he needed to do. I wonder what that was. Did you see Syl's race? It was like the wind, like lightning, he was unstoppable! Where is he now? I am in the foggiest. He comes and goes where he pleases, that one. The passion of the crowd at the Sand National is truly inspiring. We Gallopolitans certainly love our racing. You know, I just realized that that's gallop in the name, like a horse galloping. I'm generally so busy reading the lines, I'm not actually I'm not really thinking about what they have to say. I do think about it in between. I do think about it as I'm running around, though. I wonder if we might have another glimpse of Sylvando's talent at the forthcoming Silver Cup. That would be quite something. Oh, right. I read that one already. The racetrack is this way. Everyone is still talking about the Sand National, of course, but ordinary races are still being held. The event taking place at the moment is the Silver Cup, the next stage for all the riders who have proven their worth in the Bronze Cup. You should try and catch a glimpse of the action if you are interested. Anyway, I talked to those two, I wanted to see if they updated their text, now that I had a fresh reboot of the game. I think they just praise Sylvando regardless. And it doesn't explicitly say he wins, it just heavily implies that he is victorious just by them lauding him so much. Everyone likes Sylvando because he is so handsome and fast, but even though he could not win the race, I still like my father the best. What is more, I am certain that he will perform far better in the forthcoming Silver Cup. That trophy will be gracing our mantelpiece before long, there is no doubt about it. I read that one already. Faris must be bitter indeed. Not only was he unable to enter the Sand National, his replacement dazzled everyone with his performance. This is the way to the spectator stands. Should you wish to enter a race, proceed to the reception desk to the north of the paddock. The race is heating up, it is neck and neck. But wait, who is this? The mysterious Sylvando charges through from the rear. Such speed, he breezes past Shrewd. Wonderful, he's like the desert wind. What are we doing? It's not obvious, we are holding our very own Sand National, of course. And that is a very exciting race indeed. The great Sylvando has just stormed into the lead. You wish to know what I am doing? Is it not obvious? My horse is too tired to run at the moment, but that is no reason for me to neglect my training. The Sand National was a complete disaster. I must give my all in training, or I will never approach Sylvando's level. The result, the Sand National surprised everybody. No one thought that a last-minute substitute would perform so well. Huh? Did I not see you at the racetrack at the time of the Sand National? Wait, did you take part in the race? No, of course not. All the riders are known to us. Ignore me. The Sand National was truly— wait, who am I talking to? There we go. Prince Faris' performance has been roundly praised, and rightly so. It was one truly worthy of a future Sultan of Gallopolis.
The Sand National was truly enjoyable this year. If only every year's race could be as exciting. I cannot fathom it! The Sand National is over, and yet still he speaks of nothing but horses. I am more interested in the horsemen, especially Prince Faris. Even with his helmet on, he was twice as handsome as some men I could mention.
Gore, did you see that Sylvando with the Sand National? He's as quick as anything like that one. Of course, his horse deserves most of the credit. What a beauty. Prince Faris is pretty nifty, but Sylvando's was rocking on legs.
Alright, let's make a save now that we talked to everybody.
How's it going?
The prince told us to come to the throne room, right? Well, let's head in there, grab the rainbow, and get the heck out of here. Do you think everyone really thought it was Prince Faris on that horse? It'd be quite annoying if no one suspected a thing. Not that any of that matters anymore. We've done what the prince asked us to do. Let's go and claim our reward.
Oh, hello.
You'd never have guessed that Mr. Sylvando was a last-minute replacement. He was so fast that he looked as though he was barely trying.
I saw that one already. Prince Faris' performance at the Sand National appears to have pleased the Sultan greatly. Prince Faris? He's in the throne room, I believe. Proceed directly up the stairs.
I've never seen our exalted Sultan happier. He must be so proud of his son. As for Prince Faris, no doubt he'll now become more popular than ever.
Prince Faris gave us a display of great courage and skill, men. He should be an inspiration to you in your training. Captain tells us to take inspiration from Prince Faris' performance in the Sand National, but horse racing and spear wielding are entirely different. The Sand National was a most wonderful race, and most surprising. We had no idea Prince Faris could ride like he did. Watching him only made me more determined to enter the Sand National myself one day, which is why I am now training harder than ever. His Excellency, the most exalted Sultan, appears to have been most pleased by Prince Faris' performance. I, however, cannot help feeling somewhat uneasy. He did not appear to be himself out there on the track. He suspects something! Eliminate him! Prince Faris is speaking with the Sultan, I believe. I must confess, this does all feel rather like a dream. Prince Faris cannot ride a horse. The soldiers know that? Huh. I should be relieved that the Sand National concluded without incident, and yet something feels wrong about it all.
What am I going to do? I cannot find Princess Faris anywhere. Where could she have gone? I do hope nothing bad will happen to her. Oh, Princess Faris! Princess Faris!
It cannot be. Prince Faris is simply incapable of riding a horse so skillfully. Is some devilry afoot? Could something terrible be about to happen? Prince Faris has truly come of age. His performance in the Sand National proved his royal credentials to the world. He is now the toast of all Gallopolis, and the people have been assured that the future of their kingdom is secure. Yeah, I'm intentionally wearing the same armor that Faris wore, though he's not wearing it now.
Truly, I am humbled. All I have ever desired is to fulfill my duties as a prince and as a knight. Father, if I may, I have promised to assist these travelers. Would you permit me to explain?
Gladly, my son. It warms my heart to see you aiding those in need. Truly, you have taken the knight's pledge to heart.
Thank you, Father. The truth of the matter is that my friends here have come to Gallopolis in search of the Rainbough.
Your Majesty, the beast has returned. It attacked one of our men while we were out on patrol. The Slayer of the Sands is back? Why must the accursed creature always appear on this, the happiest day of the year? We will stand for this no longer. I must dispatch my finest knights and ensure that the fiend never again returns to terrorize the celestial sands. But wait! My boy, the fates are speaking to us. Capturing the Slayer would be the perfect way to show your people what a fine knight you have become.
What? Oh, Father, so many of our bravest men have confronted the creature and perished. Surely, I do not stand a chance.
Truly, it is the most able who are the most humble. But you cannot hide your true feelings. You are trembling with excitement. This is your moment, Faris, my boy. Capture the Slayer and take your place in history.
But very well, Father. Yay! I shall begin my preparations right away.
Don't worry, man, I got you.
1,000 pardons. The Rainbough will have to wait. Meet me in my chambers. There is something we must discuss. Just breathe, Faris.
After the race, Prince Faris heads straight to the Sultan to requisition the Rainbough as promised, but before he can broach the topic, news comes in that a murderous monster, the Slayer of the Sands, has been spotted. Inspired by Faris' accomplishments in the recent race, the Sultan eagerly volunteers his son to lead the force that will subjugate the beast. The prince begins to tremble at his father's orders, but soon pulls himself together enough to tell the hero to meet him in his room.
We can't let the Slayer of the Sands continue its reign of terror. Let's go to Prince Faris' chambers and see what he has to say on the matter.
Wouldn't you just know it? We were about to bag the Rainbow, and then the Slayer of the Sands has to go and turn up. What's up with that Sultan anyway? Can he really not see how useless his son is? I know it's none of my business, but if I was him, I'd be pretty worried about this place's future.
Oh, well.
You don't need to say anything, Tran. I think we both know what the prince is planning. I'm not happy about it either, but we've got to get that Rainbow somehow or other. Let's go and see what His Highness has to say for himself.
Dude, no, this is fine. I mean, Faris is trying to help his kingdom, his dad. His dad has unrealistic expectations of him. And, you know, this is no different than any other kingdom asking you to kill a monster for that. Except this one is actually endangering the person asking you for help. Normally it's like a king or a princess will say like, hey, there's a dragon, would you please deal with it? And then you go and do it. This guy's, his life's actually on the line. Faris displayed such courage and skill during the Sand National that I am entirely confident he will capture the Slayer of the Sands with ease. The future of Gallopolis is safe with him.
First, Faris displays his great talent on the racetrack. Now he volunteers to capture the Slayer of the Sands. Truly, my little boy has become a man. I can picture him now returning to the palace a hero, the savior of Gallopolis.
Prince Faris? I believe His Highness has returned to his chambers to prepare for his expeditions into the sands. Should you wish to speak with him, his chambers are located at the foot of the Great Staircase. Please, do not disrupt his preparations. I would gladly volunteer for Prince Faris' expedition, but I cannot leave my post here in the throne room. Out in the... hold on. Tra-la-la-la, future Sultan. Folderol, great big tough man. Out into the sands, chain and sword in hand. I feel it is my duty to compose a song of support for Prince Faris. Alas, the words do not appear to be falling into place as yet. I have long desired an opportunity to do battle with the Slayer, but as one of the Sultan's personal guards, I cannot leave his side. Fortunately, Prince Faris has volunteered for the task. His Highness will make light work of capturing the beast, I am sure. Our orders have been received. We are to head out into the Celestial Sands and capture the Slayer. Of course, we may never return, but that is the lot of a knight. Though I must confess, I would rather die in the winter's enclosure of the Sand National than out in the desert under the scorching sun. Oh, what? So the Sultan just sends men every year, the happiest day, or the national day, or whatever, if it is like clockwork. He sends them out to die. Great Sultan there. Can the prince truly succeed where so many of our most experienced knights have failed? I am concerned, I must confess. This poor man was attacked by the Slayer of the Sand. His life is not in danger, but he's in terrible pains. Our patrol was attacked by the Slayer. To our great shame, we turned tail and fled without even landing a blow on the beast. His claws, they tear through Gallopolis steel as if it was not there. I worry for Prince Faris. My comrade here was attacked by the Slayer of the Sands. What a brutal creature to inflict such injuries on one of the finest knights of Gallopolis. It must be captured post-haste. Hope it's not like Sylvando or something. At last, an opportunity to put all our training to the test. We shall venture into the sands, capture the Slayer, and return to Gallopolis as heroes. My unit has been ordered to escort Prince Faris into the Celestial Sands. It is a great honor, of course, but to do battle with the Slayer while also ensuring His Highness's safety, this will be a task indeed. The Sultan was no doubt impressed by Prince Faris' performance in the Sand National, but I must confess, I feel he was making a grave error in allowing him to face the Slayer of the Sands. Not even our greatest knights have been able to subdue the creature. Prince Faris has volunteered to go and capture the Slayer of the Sands. Such courage, such gallantry. Only a true knight would undertake such a mission in the name of his kingdom. I am the same age as Prince Faris, and yet I could not imagine volunteering to venture into the Celestial Sands in search of the Slayer. Is it true? Is Prince Faris really going to venture into the Celestial Sands and capture the Slayer? He is an inspiration to us all. We apprentice knights are too inexperienced to accompany him, of course, but he will certainly have our full support. The thought of Prince Faris attempting to capture the Slayer of the Sands is sheer insanity. He may have muddled his way through the Sand National, but this is too much. Why must the Slayer always ruin the excitement of the Sand National? But it will not do to lose heart. We must keep our spirits up. So hold on, so it always happens on the day of or the day after the Sand National. And you guys don't prepare for this, at all. I believe Prince Faris has retreated to his chambers to prepare for his confrontation with the Slayer of the Sands. Palace has been in a state of panic ever since the Slayer of the Sands appeared. But surely we'll be safe here, surely. Don't call me Shirley. Hold on, let's see what the other guard says. Is there another guard? Yeah, there is. Can the prince truly succeed where so many of our most experienced knights have failed? I'm concerned, I must confess. I think there was a chick in here, too. The great scorpion that terrorized the Celestial Sands is a terrifying creature indeed. I pray that no one else is hurt. Alright, so I probably should keep some poison stuff available. It's probably not that big a deal, but just in case. Put 2 on Eric.
Oh, please, please, I beg of you. The Slayer of the Sands will tear me limb from limb unless you aid me. Have pity on a desperate soul. Oh.
Spoken like a true desert knight. Seriously, can't you handle this on your own?
Come on, Eric. Really?
No, such a thing is impossible. I am no knight. I neglected my training. I allowed my vassals to fight all my battles for me. Oh, it is not my fault. I am an only child. I was coddled from birth and praised for the most insignificant of achievements. I did not wish to disappoint my parents or my people, so I found ways of seeming to fulfill their expectations without necessarily doing so. But the more I fulfilled them, the more their expectations grew, and now finally they expect the possible? It's so unfair. Don't you see? If you refuse to help me, I will be sent to my doom, and through no fault of my own. Please, will you take pity on your old friend? Oh, thank you! 10,000 thank yous! And fear not, I will speak to my father about the Rainbough as soon as the beast is captured. We must make preparations to depart immediately. I will await you at the castle gates.
What a pathetic excuse for a prince. Goodness knows what'll become of Gallopolis with him in charge.
Well, hey, I'm the Prince of Yggdrasil, so I'll just invade Gallopolis later.
Oh, we mustn't be so hard on him, Veronica. I'm sure it can't be easy growing up with everyone expecting so much of you.
After the race, Prince Faris heads straight to the Sultan to requisition the Rainbough as promised, but before he can broach the topic, news comes in that a murderous monster, the Slayer of the Sands, has been spotted. Inspired by Faris' accomplishments in the recent race, the Sultan eagerly volunteers his son to lead the force that will subjugate the beast. Upon following the prince to his room, Tran finds Faris, heir to the throne of Gallopolis and leader to be of its famously fearless knights, cowering in abject terror. He begs the friends to help him capture the Slayer, saying that in return he'll finally ask his father to give them the Rainbow. Swayed by the sight of a royal in ruins, the party agrees to help.
How's it going?
I just want you to know, I'm only going to help capture this Slayer thing because you made the call, okay? I'm not doing it to help that useless prince. Now, where did he say he'd meet us again? At the castle gates? Come on then, let's get this over with. I'm not making any excuses for Prince Faris, but what Serena said is probably true. I suppose we better make sure he doesn't get himself named or something. In any case, we really can't let the Slayer of the Sand keep rampaging around. It's already hurt at least one innocent person. So come on, Tran, let's go and capture the Slayer and finally claim that Rainbow. Prince Faris is being forced to live a lie, and all because he doesn't want to let his parents or his people down. I can't help but feel sorry for him. I mean, imagine the kind of pressure you'd feel growing up a prince and knowing all the expectations people had of you. Yeah, I can't imagine that. Yeah, I might have to end up talking to all the people in the city again, if they have stuff to say about the Slayer of the Sands. They mean to capture the Slayer of the Sands? Such heroism! Prince Faris has already set off on his quest to capture the Slayer of the Sands. He appeared to be full of confidence despite his quarry's fearsome reputation. The Slayer of the Sands has appeared. At times such as these, it is more important than ever that we soldiers remain vigilant. Prince Faris? He appeared to be heading out of the city. In fact, there seemed to be quite some commotion. Prince Faris is to venture into the Celestial Sands to capture the Slayer. If he shows the same courage he displayed during the Sand National, the creature will not stand a chance. I cannot wait to witness his triumphant return.
Have you heard the news? Prince Faris is going to follow up his storm and run in the Sand National with a dash at capturing the Slayer of the Sands. I'll tell you what, he's got guts, that one. That Slayer's made mincemeat out of some of the hardest knights Gallopolis ever had.
My husband cannot stop worrying about Prince Faris. I have no such concerns. A knight as brave and gallant as he will surely make light work of the desert pest. First, the news from Heliodor of the escape of this darkspawn creature. Now we hear that the Slayer of the Sands has been sighted out in the desert. Erdrea is beset by ever more troubling development. The Slayer of the Sands has proven too much for even our finest warriors thus far, so it is understandable that everyone is concerned about Prince Faris, but after witnessing his performance in the Sand National, I'm certain that he will prevail. Did you hear? Prince Faris is going into the desert to catch a big monster called the Slayer of the Sands. The people say that even the strongest knights in Gallopolis cannot defeat it. Is the prince really going to be alright? Forgot to talk to you earlier. Alright, well let's put that scale armor back on and talk to everybody yet again. I was certain that... Okay. Wait, did I? I don't know. I was certain that FaZe would emerge victorious this year, but no, he did not even take part. Curse my luck. Did you hear? The Slayer has been sighted in the Celestial Sands. I must admit, the news terrifies me. But now I hear that Prince Faris will venture forth to capture the beast. Truly he is our hero. By the time the horrible thing makes to Gallopolis, it will be bound claw to tail in chains. Haha. No trouble to report. I assume they'll also talk about Sylvando.
As far as for... Monsters like the Slayer of the Sands cannot be allowed to simply do as they please. Someone must apprehend that creature immediately. Prince Faris showed us all what he could do with the Sand National. I have no doubt that he would capture the Slayer of the Sands. None at all. Prince Faris is going to capture the Slayer of the Sands. How brave he is, taking on a beast that has killed so many of our finest knights. Just look at him, venturing forth to fight our oppressor. He is a true hero. If you are going to help Prince Faris deal with the monster, you must not cause him any trouble. Do you understand?
Prince Faris does appear to be rather cheerful considering what lies ahead.
Prince Faris is going to capture the Slayer of the Sands. He truly is the greatest hero in the history of Gallopolis.
Prince Faris capturing the Slayer of the Sands? Until recently, I would have said that such a thing was impossible, but he has seemed a different man since the Sand National.
Prince Faris is our great hope. This kingdom's shining light. I shall pray fervently for his safe return from the Celestial Sands.
Well, the ideal solution is for him to come clean. It would seem that Prince Faris is departing for the Celestial Sands in order to capture the Slayer. All that we can do is pray for his safe return. Before that, let's get the dialogue that would happen if I said no to helping him. I suppose I can talk to the little girl while I'm here.
Everyone's talking about the Sand National, and the two names on their lips are those of Prince Faris and the mysterious Sylvando.
I'm also not sure if I talked to the maid before the Sand Scorpion. I might have, I don't remember. I talked to her like at one point.
The Prince of Faris I saw on the Sand National is not the Prince Faris I see in the palace every day. His determination to win must have turned him into a different person entirely.
Yeah, I don't know what it must be like to have the determination to win things.
Prince Faris has returned to his chambers. He looked somewhat ashen.
Don't you see? If you refuse to help me, I will be sent to my doom, and through no fault of my own. Please, will you take pity on your old friend?
No, I'm good.
Please, please, please! I am begging you! Begging! If you will not do it for me, do it for Gallopolis! Please, please, please! I am begging. We must.
Prince Faris fairly skipped out, full of excitement, and announced that he would set off for the sands immediately. What spell did you cast on him, please?